there! Welcome to April favorites. As always, I have beauty and lifestyle favorites to share with you. I have a lot more lifestyle favorites than I do beauty this month. My makeup routine has remained pretty simple with all of the projects that we've been having going on around here, but I have had quite a few new lifestyle things come into our household, so I thought it'd be fun to share those with you. The video is going to be a little bit longer than normal because I do have so many things that I want to talk to you about. One really quick programming note that I did want to mention is that I had hoped that by this week I was going to be back into more of a regular posting schedule with my videos, but once again we're dealing with a home repair project. Unfortunately, Friday night I discovered that our hot water heater tank had finally given out and it leaked all over our garage floor, so we're going to have some gentlemen come in this week. The ones that we previously used to repipe our house, they're going to be coming back to work with us again on the hot water heater, so I'm not sure about my filming schedule. I wanted to make sure I got favorites up today, but I'm not sure what's going to happen this week because I don't know exactly when they're coming. So just thought I would mention that to you, that things are still a little bit slower than I would like, but I just can't seem to get back into a normal rhythm right now. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get on to the favorites. So like I said, there are just a few beauty things this month, so let's go ahead and talk about those first. I'd like to mention a couple of nail products that I've been loving this month. So the first one is a perennial favorite for me. I just really love this color, and something about it just always comes to the forefront of my mind, especially as we're in late spring and moving into early summer. This is Sally Hansen Back to the Fuchsia. This is a really pretty bright pop of pink, but it has also a little bit of iridescence to it, but something that you could really only see in the sunlight. So on the surface it's just a really pretty bright pink, but it does have that little something special to it that I really enjoy. This is a great color on your toes or your fingernails, so I like to wear it both places, but I put a picture up on Instagram, so I'm popping that in here to share that with you. But I really love this one, and it really gets me in the mood for the change of seasons. My second nail favorite is one that I also really look forward to this time of year, and this is Orly Cotton Candy. This is a really beautiful peachy pink or a sort of muted coral color. I really love the versatility of it, so whether you're wearing a lip color that might lean more pink or more coral, I think this is definitely going to go with it, especially if you'd like to have a little bit of matchiness going on. But this was another nail polish recommendation that I saw on my friend Sandra's Instagram feed. I want to say it was at least a year ago. That's Sandra Walters USA. She always has so many great nail polish recommendations, and this is one that I just really love and love to wear, especially this time of year. My next beauty favorite probably won't be too much of a surprise, but it is the Hourglass Ambient Blush in Radiant Magenta. So I already have Luminous Flush. Let me go ahead and show that to you really quickly. So here is this. I would say this is more of a peachy pink, maybe somewhat similar to, say, NARS Orgasm, I think in a little bit more of a subtle way. And then Radiant Magenta to me is more of a true pink. I really think that they are different enough to have both of them. I like them for different reasons. I would say the Luminous Flush is something that I think is a little bit more neutral, something I would wear every day if I didn't know what lip look I was going to be wearing. And Radiant Magenta would be something that I would reach for when I definitely knew that I wanted to have a more pink look. And the Radiant Magenta is what I'm wearing today. With all of the Hourglass blushes and powders, in my opinion, I have found that they are really subtle. The shimmer is done in a really nice, very sophisticated way. I love that you don't see any big chunks of glitter or anything like that, but you are getting a really beautiful, subtle sheen. And I think these are just all very nicely done. I might go back for one more, but I have to say I am pretty content having these two blushes. I think that this is probably all you really need for a really well edited blush collection. You're getting something with a little bit of the peachy coral tones with the Luminous Flush, and then something more definitely pink with the Radiant Magenta. So I think the two of them together, I find myself going back and forth with them, and I'm finding myself saying, what more do I need? Which I love blush, so I know that I will get more, but I really do think that those are really two great products that become essentials for me. Okay, my next beauty product is a new hair love, and I am over the moon about this stuff. So much so that I plan on doing an entire video, but I just had to mention this to you. I purchased this with the Sephora sale, and I didn't know anything about it. I just knew kind of the product type that I was looking for, and this fit the bill. This is the Caviar Clinical Daily Densifying Foam. I have been absolutely blown away by this product. As I've mentioned in previous hair product videos, my hair is very fine and thin and doesn't react well to a lot of products. So recently I found a hair mousse, the Not Your Mother's hair mousse, and I really do enjoy that, but it didn't do a lot to give me any thickness to my hair or anything like that. It just helped with, I would say, styling a little bit. It helped make teasing my hair and things a little bit easier. This product does so much, and again, I'll do a video because I don't want this to get too long, but I really do want to emphasize that this has not only given my hair volume, but it really has just increased the amount of body that my hair has. It helps hold the style. I can actually feel the volume or the thickness of my hair increasing a little bit as I'm blow drying it. So you put a little bit of it, it's just like a traditional mousse would be. You shake it up, put it out on your hand, and then run it through your hair from root to tip. And as I'm blow drying my hair and just sort of running my fingers through it and holding it up, I can feel that my hair is more substantial than it is without this product. I just cannot say enough good things about it, but I figured in that video that I would do with the review, I'll show you a demonstration and kind of how I use it and everything, but really, really so happy that I purchased this, and I can see this being a new holy grail hair product for me. I don't think that it's a miracle worker. I don't think that if your hair is extremely fine or you're having thinning issues, this is not going to make you look like you have 5 times the amount of hair, but I do think that if you're like me and you just need a little bit of help in the volume department, you need a little bit more body, this is certainly going to help you out with that, and I just love it. Okay, moving on to the plentiful lifestyle favorites that I have. The first one is a new household cleaner. So this came about because I needed to replace just an all-purpose cleaner that I have. I really love the Lysol products, and so I've been very happy with that. But I bought this one in particular. Well, let me go ahead and show you what it is. This is the Method All-Purpose Natural Surface Cleaner. So I wanted something to use to spot clean our new floors, and I also specifically sometimes need to clean up the areas outside of the litter box. And I really was attracted to this product because it is plant-based and it's non-toxic, and my girls, I don't know, my girls, when I say my girls, I mean my cats, they tend to like to sniff and like a lot of different things no matter what it is. So when I was thinking about a cleaner to use in their area, I really wanted something that I wouldn't have to worry about them getting curious with. So I can't say for 100% certainty that this would not cause any sort of sickness in animals, but as far as I know, it is non-toxic and plant-based. So with that being said, I picked this up at Target. This is the Lime and Sea Salt fragrance, and it is so, so fresh. I just love it. I smelled the other ones that they had there. I think there was a grapefruit, a lavender, maybe something else, but this one really stood out to me. This is just so fresh. It's a pleasure to use. I find myself cleaning absolutely everything with this because I just love the smell of it so much, and it does an amazing job. So I have a little bit of a story about why I'm so impressed with the effectiveness of this, and bear with me because I know this is probably a little bit TMI, but I just want to tell you why I think this is so effective. So I discovered on one of my windowsills, which is like a white marble type of windowsill, one of my girls had thrown up a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you, and I hadn't seen it for whatever reason, so it was dried. It was definitely caked on and dried. So I sprayed a little bit of this cleaner, walked away for about 5 minutes, let it set, and I went right back and just wiped it up. So don't let the non-toxicity of this fool you. It is still a very effective cleaner. This one says that it is safe for, let's see here, counters, tile, stone, wood, and glass. So I've been using this pretty much all over in my house, and while I initially bought it for the fragrance and the non-toxic nature of it, I've been really, really impressed with its effectiveness. So I would highly recommend that, and I am looking forward to getting more of the Method products. Okay, so the next thing that I want to share with you is something that I kind of forgotten that I had, to be perfectly honest with you, but I pulled these back out and I remember why I love them so much, and this is something that is still available, so I knew it was safe to mention. These are from Kohls, and they are the Fabric and Room Freshener Sprays. This one is in Egyptian cotton, and you can see I have just a tiny bit left to use up, and this other one is in Italian linen. I cannot tell you how fantastic these smell. I love using this on fabrics on my furniture, blankets, my bedding, rugs. Actually, I've noticed when I put this on rugs, when people come into our home, or even when we come into our home and we are cleaning off our feet from coming in from the outdoors, you get a little bit of that fragrance come up as you're shuffling your feet. This smells fantastic. I wish that, I think probably of the two, maybe the Italian linen's my favorite, but I love them both equally. I wish this came in a laundry detergent and maybe a perfume and everything. It just smells amazing, but it's very, very subtle. So if you spray this on your couch, you're not necessarily going to notice it when you're walking past it, but if you sit down, you're going to kind of get just a little hint of it as you move around or brush against the fabric. And I've not had any problems with any damage on my fabrics or anything like that, but these just smell amazing. And I know they still have them because I checked before I mentioned this, and they also have a lavender, which I have not smelled, but I will definitely be replacing both of these as I use them up. My next lifestyle favorite is going to be a new baking dish. This is my Le Creuset Heritage rectangular casserole dish. It does come with a lid. The lid has a handle on it, which makes it really easy to remove. I'm going to go ahead and get this handle out of the way though, because it is going to clank around here a little bit. It does fit nicely on top of the dish. Here is a look at the inside. This is just very straightforward. It does have very straight edges, which is something that I really wanted. My current baking dish had very rounded edges that actually scooped up a little bit, and it was a little too shallow. So anytime I wanted to make something that had a little bit more structure to it, like a lasagna, it never worked very well for that. This I love. It has nice deep sides and just very straight sides. So this can accommodate a wide variety of foods that you might be cooking in the oven. This is dishwasher safe. It is oven safe. I want to say up to about 500 degrees. It could be 550. You would have to look at the Le Creuset website. But this is really a nice all-purpose baking dish. One of the things I love about the Le Creuset line is that their dishes heat very evenly and they retain heat well, so they cook very evenly. I have a French oven that I get a lot of use out of, so when it was time to get a new baking dish, I really knew I wanted something else from their brand, and I am very, very happy with this. One thing that I did want to point out is that when I saw the picture of this online, I wasn't sure how utilitarian these handles were going to be on the end. It looked like they might stick up a little bit too straight, but it turns out they're not just for show. They really do have a little bit of a bend to them, so it is pretty easy to pick this up out of the oven with an oven mitt. But I just wanted to point that out because I wasn't really sure if that was going to be more for show or utility, but it really does pick up very nicely. It is pretty weighty. It is Le Creuset, and so their items do tend to be a little bit more substantial. But I've been cooking a lot of chicken breasts lately in this, and I've been so happy with how evenly it cooks. I don't get any too doneness on the bottom. Everything top and bottom cooks very nicely. So I've been very, very happy with this. Really enjoy it. Now let's talk about a food favorite. So this is something that I picked up at Target this month. This is the Archer Farms Habanero Ranch potato chips. And if it looks like the bag is pretty empty, that's because it nearly is. I have been eating these so much this month, just for snacks and with sandwiches. I like things that have a little bit of spice to them as long as they still have a lot of flavor. I don't like things that are just spicy for spicy's sake. I like them to be flavorful and maybe to have that heat not really necessarily linger. So I really do enjoy these. These are spicy. You do get a bit of a kick, but it's not something that's going to really stay with you for a long time. Just having a little bit of glass of water with it I think is enough, and even if you didn't, I think you still, if you enjoy spicy foods, would not have a problem with these. It does say these are for a limited time only, so I'm not sure how long they're going to be available for. But if you want to try a crunchy kettle style chip, which are my favorite, this is a really good flavor and I've been enjoying it. So I would repurchase these if they are still available because they've been really, really nice to have. Okay, up next is another item that I've really been getting a ton of use out of, especially with all the painting and house projects that we've had going on. I've wanted these for a really long time, but it was just one of those things that I kept forgetting to pick up. This is a new step stool. So the brand on this is Rhino. This is the Rhino 2 folding stool. Okay, so here it is. It sits very, very flat, and then it just opens up. It's got a little handle here, and this just opens up like this and locks into place. And what I love about this is that it just gives me a little bit of a step up. I'm pretty tall, so I don't usually have a problem reaching things, but I have been finding a lot recently, like I said, especially with all these projects going on, that sometimes I just need a little bit of a boost. Not enough that I want to bring out our big ladder or this really big heavy step stool that we have, but I do need to get to maybe a higher shelf or just paint up a little bit higher on a wall. And so this is really nice. I think this is a 1 foot. This holds up to 400 pounds, and it says it is actually 8 inches, which I thought it was a little bit taller than that. but it really sometimes and most of the time for me is just enough to get me up a little bit higher to get to the things I need. And I love that it just collapses. It does feel very sturdy, but it also breaks down really easily, so I can store this behind a door or out my garage, or mostly I've just been keeping it somewhere in my house because I want to have easy access to it and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And this I purchased from Bed Bath & Beyond. I want to say it was about $15, and then of course they always have the coupons. Okay, my next favorite is something that I actually wanted to share with you last month and I totally forgot, but I really wanted to share it with you. It's just something really fun. There is a Instagram account that I am absolutely obsessed with now, and it is Shrampton. If you don't know who Shrampton is, you have got to go check him out on Instagram. He is just the most adorable thing that you've ever seen, and I look forward to his pictures. And every time he comes up in my feed, I just find myself saying, Shrampton! He is so cute, and I really wanted to give him a shout out in this month's favorite video, so you can go check him out if you just enjoy having a lot of cute cat pictures come into your Instagram feed the way that I do. I think that you'll really get a kick out of this account. My next lifestyle favorite probably is going to be the favorite of all of the favorites this month. I am so tickled with this, and I just think it's so funny, the things that you get excited about as you get older. But this is my new Dyson Animal Cordless Stick Vacuum. I don't have the floor attachment on it right now because I thought it'd be a little bit easier to show you this with this smaller crevice tool on it, but this thing is amazing. I can't believe how much I love it. It does such a good job. It has all these different attachments. It's so versatile, and I love this for everyday quick cleaning, specifically around our litter box. If you have cats, you know there's a lot of little bit of remnants that come out. They're always bringing out a little bit of litter with them every time they use the box, and so every day we like to just stay on top of that and clean it up a little bit, and this has made that so much easier. I'm just going to pull the trigger on this for you just to kind of show you how powerful it is. This thing has a lot of power to it, but it's not heavy. I think this portion of the handle is about 5 pounds. Once you put the attachments, I'm sure that goes up a little bit. But even with the longer, larger floor attachments, this thing is very lightweight and easy to use. And I'm just tickled with it. It is very powerful. It doesn't throw litter around. Again, if you have cats, you probably know that with some vacuums, it will just throw the litter back out. It will hit you in the ankles, and this actually really picks it up. The other really funny thing about this is that ever since we got it, I think my husband and I have been like, I'll vacuum, no, I'll vacuum, no, I'll vacuum. I think we're both fighting over who wants to use it. It does really make it a lot more fun, and it's just kind of cool. It really is just kind of a cool tool to look at. But I purchased this directly from Dyson. They had a sale of 15% off a lot of their vacuums last month, so I took advantage of that. And I've been using it every day. It's actually really a pleasure to use. I think this might be something that might be beneficial to do a whole video on because there is a lot to talk about with this, but I did want to mention it because I've been enjoying it so much, and this is just so fun. It's like a big kid's toy. So last but not least, I have a recipe favorite to share with you this month. So last week I posted a video on my honey mustard chicken breast recipe. This has become our new favorite way to make chicken. So trying to make a long story short here, we used to buy a Kraft honey mustard vinaigrette dressing. We really enjoyed using that as a chicken breast marinade, but they did discontinue that, and I haven't been able to find anything similar. So I decided I wanted to put together my own marinade so that we could have those chicken breasts that we love so much. So it took a little bit of trial and error. I never really found a recipe that I really enjoyed. So I put together a few elements of other marinades that I'd used for different types of chicken over the years. And finally, adjusting the quantities a little bit, I found something that we really love. If you can marinate them overnight, you're going to get the most amount of flavor from them. But this is also a great recipe because if you don't have a lot of time and you just want to put something really quick together, this is very easy to do. There's very little mess. I mix the marinade right in the Ziploc bag, and you're going to get a nice bit of flavor in a short amount of time. I've been baking my chicken breasts a lot lately, just for it's a little bit easier for us, but on the grill, these are fantastic as well. So those are all of my favorites for the month of April. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.